Many of you know Jay Leno as the host of The Tonight Show. But did you realize that Jay is also a huge car enthusiast? Jay's fascination with cars started in his childhood. His attraction to classic autos only grew as he worked his way through college at a Mercedes-Benz and Rolls-Royce dealership in Boston. Jay doesn't just collect cars, he works on them and is quite an automotive historian.
Today I'm with comedian and lifelong car guy, Jay Leno. Jay.
Hello.
So glad to have you here.
Well, thank you. This is the operating theater here. This is,
Well, Doctor, what happened here?
well, this is pretty much what happens with modern gasoline, actually. You know, the old days, you could put gasoline in a car, it might last a year or 2 years. Modern gas only lasts maybe 3 or 4 months. You know, this gas with this MB, whatever it is, and all this other stuff in it now, it gets gummy very quickly. And what happens is an intake valve hung up, hit the piston, which then smashed it into the cam and broke the cam. So if you can find gas stabilizers,
Please use them.
not a plugger, but like stable or something like that, it works pretty good because this is obviously going to be an expensive job.
Yeah. Well, now one of the things, I mean, you were driving this because you drive almost all your cars.
Well, not almost, actually all of them. Somebody almost driving like I hit the wall, you mean? You know, you almost drove,
that was a
until
pity.
you came
I'm
to that
so sorry.
turn, you were driving pretty good until you almost drove it.
Well,
No,
let's look at some of the other ones that you actually do drive, not just almost drive, but do
it's
drive.
prettier in here, there's no broken stuff.
Yet. Well, Jay, this is a nice grouping.
Yeah.
Several very nice pieces here. Bentley.
That's a 1931 8-liter Bentley. That's a big sedan. These are great. This was, I think, a far better car than the Rolls-Royce. The engine, this is all dead stock. Let's see what she is. Okay.
Yeah, those were huge.
Yeah. Big 8-liter 6, 4-valve.
No head.
No head, overhead cam.
Monster SU carburetors. Those aren't the HD6. Those are some pretty big.
Yeah. You know, the reason they had no head is people always go, well, in those days, head gasket technology is not sort of what it is now. And cars would often blow head gaskets. So you could say to a customer, you'll never blow a head gasket with this.
And you couldn't argue that.
You couldn't argue with that.
This is a boat. It actually even looks like a boat. Crane Simplex.
Crane Simplex. Yeah. Holbrook built the body. Crane. Well, what they tried to do there, I think it was Harry Crane, I think it was his name. He tried to make an American sort of Rolls-Royce, and these were very staid, conservative cars with Holbrook bodies, big limousine bodies on them. And this was built for, a guy that had something to do with one of the yacht clubs. So he had it done as a boat. I mean, you even enter it.
Yeah, I mean,
it
looks ocean going. I got it.
And you got flip-up seats here, and
they pipe you aboard, do they?
Yeah, and you got. Well, look at the dashboard. The dashboard is very nautical. Now, this here is a Duesenberg chassis.
And this is really what you bought when you bought a Duesenberg.
Well, yeah, this is a 1929 Duesenberg chassis, which runs fine. It's perfectly drivable. I drive it on the street. That's why it has these covers on the headlamps to protect against stones from the tires being on them. But what they would do is they would build this chassis, and then they'd take it out on the Indianapolis track and, drive it, at 100 miles an hour, whatever it was. Yeah, yes. And then, when they deemed it was fine, then they would put a body on it. But this is basically what you got for your $8,500, and then you put a body on top of this. When you realize a Ford...
For about $800 or so.
No, let me see. Yeah, but no, by 29, the Fords were $260.
Oh.
Well, the last Model T was $266, something like that. So, this was a lot of money. This was a house.
Now, some of these were even supercharged.
Right, I've got a supercharged SJ. It's not here right now. We just got it out and redoing the supercharger.
But even normally aspirated, they were supposedly capable of about 90 in second gear, 120 in third?
Yeah, well, it's not posted there. 88 in second, 116 in top. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun.
Now this...
You remember that? There was an ad that used to run when I was a kid for the Comet. 100,000 miles at 100 miles an hour. And then the guy would come on and the hum was the best part. When I was 14, they used to have that ad. They'd show the Comet going, I think it was Daytona. 100,000 miles at 100 miles an hour. And then the big hum. Oh, you got to hear the hum. And that was the little Comet with the 289. And I love those. I love those ads.
Great car. Great engine, too.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, and one in blue. How nice.
There you go. This is a 1930 Duesenberg. Actually, all Duesenbergs were built in 1929. It just took 10 years to sell them. They did 500 and some odd chassis.
And they weren't actually dated until they were sold in body,
Until they were
right?
sold. Yeah, that was different. I mean, this whole idea of cars coming out every year.
They really didn't do that.
Didn't do that. It's like the Packards where the 903, the 9, whenever they had a new series, they introduced it. And then there was a lot of pressure with, I think it was Sloan and General Motors. Oh, let's do every year and all that kind of thing, you know, which has sort of disappeared too. But we can take this out if you want.
Well, you know, I've never ridden in one. I
all
have
right.
to admit.
Well, let's go for a ride.
Jay and I slid into this beautiful Duesenberg for what would turn out to be the ride and drive of a lifetime.
Armstrong.
Power steering by Armstrong.
You know, this car was built in the 20s. And by the 30s, everybody else was catching up pretty quick. And Duesenberg did what they had to do to, you know, they put the disc wheels on and, you know, the wheel covers. And, you know, Packard had recessed lighting and synchromesh. What Duesenberg had was a great engine and a great chassis.
Now, when did your fascination with Duesenbergs actually start? I mean, you're a car guy.
Oh, as a kid.
Really?
You know, this was the car that was all, you know, the Ralph Stein books, and this was always the greatest American, you know, the mightiest motor car, the Elbert book. And I mean, you realize you got solid axles front and back, and you got a pretty good ride. I mean, we're doing 70.
I thought I was hearing things when Jay asked me if I wanted to drive the doozy. Believe me, he didn't have to twist my arm too much.
Look, Mom, I'm driving.
Look out, Holly!
It's just so smooth.
Yeah, you know, you read the myths, the fastest. Well, compared to modern cars, compared to even a modern hatchback, it's not fast. It's a different kind of power. Power was measured differently.
You can even feel the craftsmanship and the engineering in this car, though. It's through the whole thing. Oh, Jay. Beautiful.
That's about it.
Not only riding in it, but driving in it. It's just too cool. Thanks, man.
Look what it did to his mustache.
Yeah,
He's Hollywood type.
it was tough on my mustache. Say, I understand you have a TV show too.
That's right.
How's it doing? Yeah. Let me know if I can ever help.
All right.